Hi everyone, this is Mary and welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're going to be working on making these little frilly flowers and using flat lace. Okay, the little butterfly that's sitting atop this one here and the dragonfly that's sitting on this one is from a small company online and called Renee Bouquets. And I will try to do a link on that. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty, and I think it sets these off so well. The other two that I have made have little cameos on them, like this one and that one. Okay, to get started, you will need to work with a hot glue gun. And you'll need to, if you have a dual temp, I would suggest putting it on low because it can get pretty hot even on low. All right, I am working with a punch that is only 1.5 inches around here in diameter. And so I don't have anything bigger. I have something much smaller, but I don't have anything bigger. I thought I did all this time, but I don't. So anyway, we are going to work with, I thought I would work with this blue, and you need at least a yard. And I haven't decided if I want to work with this one, which is very pretty. Whoops, I'm not even in the shot, sorry. Anyway, I think that's very pretty. Then I also have a really pretty black flat lace. It's very, very pretty. I don't know if you can see the design on that. Anyway, it's very, very pretty. Now then, I think, I'm going to try this little bit bigger one here. But I don't know if I'll, make a second row with the blue or the black. So I haven't decided yet. Okay, so at this point, you would want to kind of see, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, what side is the right side. Because on some lace, it's just really hard to tell. But anyway, you're going to have probably a raw edge or wherever you cut it last. So what I would recommend is doubling that over. Okay. I'm going to move you very slightly here, so if this comes, I'm hoping this doesn't come out upside down. If it does, I think I will just scream. Anyway, let's see how this will work here. If this doesn't work, we'll try a different kind of a lace. And as you all know, if you've worked with a glue gun before, it can be very, very sticky, sticks to your fingers and sticks to other things. And it can be very, very hot. Okay. So now that I have established a more of a finished by, just doubling that over, now we're going to be doing a series of, I don't know how this is going to look because obviously this lace is a lot bigger than this circle. And, but that is where it's going to be sort of mysterious here. So anyway, you're going to be doing little pinches. Maybe I got to get this down first, otherwise we're not going anywhere. Anyway, I don't know if I'm off camera, on camera, I don't know. Okay, well now that that's secure, you want to always make sure that's glued down first. And then you're going to do a pinch. This is a pinch. And a gather, so it'll be like gathered. Okay. And you'll really kind of determine how big a gather that you'll do. So at first it might seem kind of like, oh, this is not going to turn out. Because when I first tried my hand at this, I thought, oh no, I messed up. But really, I just went on and just said, okay, I'm just going to go on with this. And it turned out pretty good. The one I thought I messed up on was actually this one. And you know, that turned out pretty darn good there, I'd have to say. And when you cut out your circles, you don't want to use anything that's flimsy. This is actually a instructions that you find with, you know, like on a backing of something like this one. Just happened to be the tiny attacher. Yes, I just had to do that. Now, you know, could you staple this? I'm sure you could, but would it look as good? Maybe not. I just would recommend using hot glue here. So you're going to be doing, I've not worked with such large lace before on something so dinky. We're going to see how this will turn out. So far, it doesn't look terrible. And I really can't tell with this one, you know, which is the wrong side, which is the right side of the lace. I mean, your guess is as good as mine on this one. I really don't know. But if you have a slightly bigger diameter of a punch, I would definitely maybe work with maybe a 1 inch. 1 inch, not a 1 inch, but maybe at least maybe a 2 inch circle, not a 1 inch. You don't want to go, that'd be too small. Although, you know, if you worked with maybe real tiny lace, you could probably do that, but I don't know if I'd want to venture into that. So hopefully I'm not off camera too much. And so my gathers are, I'm kind of not really doing great big ones here. And actually, I thought this would be a little bit more tedious when I first did one, but, you know, I kind of thought, wow, this is kind of relaxing. And I kind of had a busy day at work today, so actually I'm finding this rather relaxing. Oops. If you find your the viewing of this being kind of shaky, you'll know why, because I bumped the arm of this thing. So we're just kind of coming around the corner here. Remember that song, She'll Be Coming Around the Corner When She Comes? I remember learning that in music class. In school, wow. I don't even know if they teach music anymore in elementary school. They used to. I know when I was, I worked in the community schools around here, and for a little while. And I worked as a tutor, and I also taught reading and comprehension. The very things I had trouble with in school, not necessarily reading, but just comprehending what I read, are the very things that I taught. So, ow. You want to be careful of the glue. I'm not trying to, you know, put down too many. Ooh, this almost looks like a Japanese fan. Anyway, I remember there was a lady that taught music there during that time. This was in the earlier 2000s. Yeah, when I was over there. And anyway, so I just remember seeing the music teacher. I'm just going to do that. And you don't have to really worry about, is it going to stick when I do a pinch and I gather? It just automatically is going to, that glue is going to smoosh on through to the oh gosh, I can't even think of what it's called. Well, you know what I mean. Probably thinking, now how did she teach that if she can't even think what she's saying? Well, you know, when you're teaching, you generally have a lesson that you go by. So, there you go. That doesn't look too bad. I thought maybe it would be a little bit, I didn't know what I thought. But I kind of like doing a slightly bigger lace with this. I think it looks really cute. Now you're probably thinking, well, what are you going to use those for? Well, I'm glad you asked. I know you were thinking of it. But I want to do more junk journals and things like that in the future. And I would like to maybe use some of these on them for embellishments. This to me looks so Victorian, and I just am in love with the Victorian age. So I don't dress Victorian or anything. I don't own anything Victorian. But I do, I really do like the age of the Victorian age. In fact, I like to draw women in their Victorian gowns and their really fancy hats with the feathers and everything. I am looking for my wonderful scissors. Okay, so when you get to around, and you just keep going around, I hope I didn't make you dizzy. But anyway, when you get to this part here, you want to cut off just enough Oh, I think I hear my dog. I didn't know what it was. She's in the other room, and she is in her chair. And I think she's barking in her sleep. I wasn't too sure what I was hearing. Anyway. So we've come, and I would say ouch to that, but it didn't really hurt that bad. When I was doing these the other night, I was really just... Now, see, I've got a lot of overlap here, so I don't really want so much overlap. So we're going to do another pinch and pleat here. So when you do this, if you've not made these before, I thought it would be kind of difficult, but it's not. It just takes a little bit of concentration. And of course, you're going to have the little hole in the middle. So when you do these, you're going to have little holes. So don't worry about that, because that all figures in. And that's all good and well with the world here of making these. Anyway. All right, if I can just maneuver my fingers the way I want to maneuver them. So actually, I'm just going to make this to where it'll kind of, it might seem like too much there maybe. I don't know. Oopsie. Well, maybe I will just cut off a little bit more, shall we? I think we shall. Anyway. I want to do this in such a way as so... let's see. Hopefully that will work. Hopefully I didn't go off camera too much. Okay. Just kind of hold that down a little bit. And it's not too doubled on that end. It looks a little bit more, whatever you want to call it. And then you're probably saying, well, that's kind of loopy-doopy there. But what you'll do there is just put a little bit of glue. Stick that down there. And there you go. Oh, gosh, that's really pretty. I wouldn't worry too much about the little pieces of whatever on the back because they'll just peel off. Yeah, see, I like that. It's very pretty. It's very becoming. So I'm going to... Now I have to decide if I want to go with blue, which would be very pretty, or if I want to go with the black. Oops, I'm way off camera here. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, so, I mean, that would be pretty. But, you know, I think I'm going to go, and I do like that black, but I'd almost like to use this for something else because I just love that. It's so pretty. So I think I'm going to go with the blue here. I have one fingernail. I always grow out one fingernail because I use it at work. Yeah. Comes in handy for those times when you have to peel off a price or you need to look at something and it's like, oh my gosh, well, let me see if I can, I don't know. I mean, like, peel up something so you can get to the SKU is what I mean. I don't mean like oh yes, I changed the prices. Ow, wow, wow, wow. I got a little bit close there. Move fingers out of the way next time. If you don't want really bad burns, see how I did that? It's just so easy, but you gotta watch the old fingers there. So what I like to do is where I stopped, that's where I start. My second row here. So a little dab of glue there. And you just kind of use my fingernail. Ah, maybe it won't be so bad. So I want to give a shout out to Scrapbooking Mama. I watched her videos and that's how I learned how to make these. Now she makes hers a little bit differently than the way I make mine, but you know, I guess once you make a few, then you kind of decide what you like. You know, it's all part of your, you know, what you like to do. You don't necessarily have to go by what someone says you should do. I mean, they're giving you their views, just like I'm doing here. And, you know, you might have a different process on how you want to do yours. And the glue likes to stick. Making those glue burgers. I made it sound like hamburgers. No. Glue boogers. I'm sure that's what the kids would have called it anyway at the school. Not that I ever brought in a hot glue gun for the kids. No. No. I never brought in anything that would have been dangerous for kiddos to use. No. That is not a good thing. And actually, This is so big and everything. I could make a third row of, ouch. I have to look at my time kind of sideways there. And it's hidden up under a clamp. So I don't see my time as well, but I can kind of see it. Now I kind of see it a little bit better through a little area there. So thank you, Mr. Clamp, for allowing me to see that then. And I don't know why, but it just loves to make these little glue strings. Isn't that lovely? I just love it. This is going to be rather fancy, I think. Super fancy. And I think I lifted something a little bit more than I needed to lift today. And I work in a home improvement store, so wow, all I can say is I shouldn't have picked up some roofing nails. That box didn't look like it was going to be heavy, but oh my word, was it ever heavy. And now I feel it in the top of my shoulders. Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Nope, 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 nope. That was not a good thing. Next time I will be a little bit more wise and say, listen, since you have the muscles, or whoever brings them to my counter, I'll say you can pick these up. Not me here, not I. I do not want to pick those up. So there you go. See how that's looking? I mean, I think it's looking fairly well here. I know that's, something else, but I meant like, never mind. You know what I meant. It's looking very well, but I said fairly well. Yeah, check out a little bit too close there. Now we don't want, the last thing we want to do is have any blood on this thing. I don't want anything like that. Okay, remember did I go off camera? Oh my gosh, what am I going to learn here? Wow. Oh my gosh, really? Would you go over like that, please? Thank you. Sometimes you just gotta tell those pleats to settle down and stick. See, I've had all this lace for so long, and I just thought, I love flat lace, and I couldn't imagine what in the world I was going to use it all for. And I just kept buying more and more and more, and I thought, well, Dickens, what in the world am I going to do to use up my lace, because otherwise, they're just, my craft drawers are overflowing with lace. So, I thought, now is the time. If I'm going to make anything like this, I just need to make it. Don't worry about, will it look right? Just do it. And it's looking okay. See? And I still have that hole in the middle, and, let's not worry about that. I call that the donut hole. Or you can call that the center of the flower, however you want to say it. I'm glad I don't have this on high, because let me tell you something. That would be a total ouchie right there. I find that to use something like this really, really helps. So, This may be like watching someone paint. I don't know. If this is too boring, you can just move along, move along. Just kidding. Or you can just stay and watch. That's fine with me. I don't mind at all. I'm not putting great big globbies on here or anything like that. I'm just, yeah, see? And then we come to another edge here, which I'm just going to trim right here. See, you start out with a yard, but you still end up with, well, enough for another project. Okay, so I see the strands here. I'm not going to worry about those too much right now, so I'm just going to, we are going to, let's see here if we can get this to going. I want there to be enough glue right in that area, and I'm going to use this tool. Ooh. I had a little bit more glue there. But anyway, I think you get the idea of how to do this. And remember, I'm only using a 1/2 inch diameter of a punch here. And you're probably like, but you left a little hole there. Well, I don't think it looks too bad, do you? Not really. I mean, we could use maybe just a spot of glue right there. And we'll just kind of, yeah, get that down there. Yeah. So pretty. I mean, it's not like total beautiful, but it's getting there. It's getting there. And actually, I might go ahead and just add a third layer on here. So let me go ahead, and I don't know if I really want to work with the black. Although, no, I don't really. Yeah, okay. So I do have a pause button on this. So let me pause, and I'll be right back.